pretty much put me off playing that song for years. So when I was learning guitar back at school, back in the 80s, I asked this guy, how you play You Really Got Me? And he said, yeah, all you need is 2 chords. So he showed me. And he said, that's F and G, that's all you need. So I went home that day and I got my elementary knowledge of guitar out. I'd only been at this for about 6 or 7 months. I got my F and I got my G and I did this. Yeah, pretty poor, right? That pretty much put me off playing that song for years. So back in 1987, I just discovered the Kinks, I just discovered Dave Davies' brilliance, and I really wanted to play You Really Got Me, but there didn't seem to be a simple version that just showed me the absolute basics. And that's all I really needed. And in this guitar video for beginners, if you're not a beginner, you might find this a little easy. You're going to learn how to play You Really Got Me. For You Really Got Me, you just need 4 chords, and these chords are your standard beginner chords. You just have G, you have A, you have D, and then C. It'll work. Before we begin, please make sure you're in tune. It's always a good idea. And there are many great guitar tuners online for free. You can also click the link here and you can tune up along with me. On the screen now you can see the lyrics and the chords, and what you got there are 4 sections, and you've got a G chord, an A chord, a D chord, and then a C chord. So let's break this down, and as we do that we'll also talk about the strumming that you could use. So let's get into the first section there, and as you can see it's only G. And let's talk about a strumming pattern that you could use. Now if you're really struggling with strumming, then for the moment just use downstrokes. Okay, so for each bar, and in each bar there are 4 strums, each bar you can just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just nice, simple, easy downstrokes. If you're a little bit more confident with your strumming, you could try a pattern like this, and I've got this one here on the screen for you. Have a look at this. And it goes something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What you see there is 1 bar, 4 beats in the bar, and a couple of rest symbols, and those rest symbols just mean don't play here. So the 2 patterns, the first one, simple downstroke, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or the second pattern, you could try those 2 patterns. Now let's look at the actual song. So this first part here, as you can see, we've got Girl, You Really Got Me Going, You Got Me So I Don't Know What I'm Doing. This is just, all of that there is just 8 bars of G. Okay, and as I said, we can play it simply with just downstrokes or the slightly more complicated pattern. For this video, I'm just going to use downstrokes. I'm going to keep this video as simple and as easy as possible. And it starts on the first beat of the bar with the word girl. 1, 2, 3, 4. Girl, you really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. So that's 8 bars of G for that whole section there. That's all. So obviously I've played a little bit slower there. You can play it as fast or as rocky as you like. But one thing you do want to remember is to make sure that you keep the beat. Don't speed up, don't slow down. So if you start off quick, you're going to have to keep going. So the second part of the song only uses A major, and it's half the amount of time. It's only 4 bars. And again, let's have a look at this using a simple pattern. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing now. Okay, so why don't you pause the video for a moment and go back and play the first 2 sections. See if you can start putting it together. Okay, so I'm going to do it for you now. Again, I'm going to do it nice and slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Girl, you really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing now. And that's the first 2 sections stuck together. Okay, so we've had 8 bars of G, we've had 4 bars of A, now we're going to have 6 bars of D for the last part. And, well, not for the last part, but for the third section, I should say. And it's going to be something like this. Again, here it is on the screen. And you can see this is also the bit where we have the you really got me part. And it's all in those 6 bars. So let's have a go at this. We'll keep the strumming pattern nice and simple. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. That's 6 bars of D. And now what will happen is we will play a C chord for 2 bars, and this kind of ends this whole 4 section part. And so at the end of that, you're just going to go and you're going to hit that C chord, you're going to hold it for 2 bars, and then go right back to the beginning. So if you're struggling with your strumming, or you're struggling to keep the rhythm, then what I recommend that you do is when you hit that C, maybe keep playing as well. So you're going to go. So you can keep it going before you go back into the next verse. So the next verse is exactly the same. 8 bars of G, 4 bars of A, 6 bars of D, and then 2 bars of C before you get into Dave Davies' amazing solo. And the solo is 8 bars of the G chord. And then when the solo finishes, there are 2 bars of G before the final verse. And the final verse is, again, it's that same thing. 8 bars of G, 4 bars of A, 6 bars of D, and that's when there is a slight change. That's when the outro comes in. And now the outro is basically some offbeat stabs on the D major chord. And this is just for 1 bar. So I'm just going to play the last part of You Really Got Me, just the You Really Got Me bit, and then the ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. You really got me, you really got me, you really got me. Now don't worry too much if it's not exactly the same as on the record. You know, people aren't going to be worried about that if you're strumming at a party or something. Nobody's going to be saying, hey man, he didn't play it quite right. And, oh, maybe one person might. It's always a jerk, isn't there? What you want to remember is that the song is something that you can sit and you can play and you can enjoy. It's a great little song. It's got 4 chords, as you can see. It's not that complicated. Once you strip it down, once you break it all down, and just think about what are the basic chords and a little strumming pattern that you can use, it becomes pretty simple. And the thing is, many songs that seemingly have complicated rhythms, you know, break them all down and this is what you'll get, you know. And so my advice would be, don't overcomplicate. It's not necessary. If you know your basic chords, then pretty much any song can be played. Okay, now there may be a few armchair critics who go, oh no, it's too boring, it's too basic, it's not impressive enough. Well, sod them. Thanks for watching. If you got value out of this video, then please like, subscribe, or even leave me a comment down below about how your playing is coming along. Also, if there's a song that you want me to break down and make it as simple as possible for you to play, then again, down below, leave me a comment. Thanks again. Happy strumming.